Why does number 13 send shivers down the spine of many? It's a question that's been asked for centuries, a riddle wrapped in an enigma, shrouded in the cloak of superstition. The number 13, a seemingly innocent digit, yet one that carries a weight heavier than a black cat crossing your path on a moonless night. You see, 13 is the uninvited guest at the table of numbers, the one that's often left out of the guest list. It's the floor that doesn't exist in many hotels, the row that's missing on airplanes, the numeral that's mysteriously absent from elevator panels. It's as if the world has conspired to erase its existence, to push it into the shadows, out of sight and out of mind. But why? What's so unnerving about this number that we've made it a pariah? What's the story behind its ominous reputation? Let's unearth the origins of this number's ominous reputation. The roots of 13's ill fate stretch back to ancient times. Just as a tree's roots twist and turn beneath the surface, so too does the history of the number 13's ominous reputation. Let's journey back to ancient cultures where this superstition first took root. Picture the fierce and fearless Vikings, known for their seafaring exploits and epic sagas. To them, the number 13 brought not glory, but chaos. Woven into their mythology is a tale of a banquet in Valhalla, the Hall of the Slain. 12 gods were invited to the feast, each one a symbol of strength and valor. However, a 13th, uninvited guest crashed the party. This was Loki, the trickster god, who caused utter mayhem, culminating in the death of the beloved god Balder. Hence, the number 13 came to symbolize disorder and misfortune. Meanwhile, in the sunny climes of ancient Rome, the number 13 was also viewed with suspicion. The Romans, known for their complex legal system and architectural marvels, had a saying, "Vixi duodecim annis et decem," which translates to, "I have lived 12 years and 10. It was a way to avoid uttering the number 13, believed to bring bad luck. Then there were the ancient Persians. They were famed astronomers, and they believed the universe was controlled by 12 constellations of the zodiac. But when the number 13 was introduced into their system, it threw everything off balance, causing chaos and misfortune. As we delve deeper into the shadows of history, we see how these ancient narratives set the stage for 13's unlucky reputation. These tales from the Vikings, Romans, and Persians have echoed through the ages, whispering warnings of the number 13's ominous power. They paint a vivid picture of why this seemingly innocent number came to be feared and avoided. And so it seems, the roots of our modern-day superstition are tangled in the rich soil of ancient myths and legends. As we journey forward, we'll see how this fear of the number 13 has taken root in our collective consciousness. But for now, let's linger in the past a little longer. After all, ancient narratives set the stage for 13's unlucky reputation. The number 13 didn't escape the pages of the Bible. The sacred book, rich in symbolism, also bears witness to the enigmatic number. Let's turn the pages to the Last Supper, a meal that's etched in the annals of history. Jesus, surrounded by his 12 disciples, makes a gathering of 13, a seemingly innocuous dinner, but it sets the stage for a monumental betrayal. Judas Iscariot, the 13th guest to join the table, would later be known as the one who betrayed Jesus. This act of treason, a dark cloud over the number 13, taints its reputation, casting a long, ominous shadow. It's a story that has been told and retold, generation after generation, further embedding the number 13's association with treachery and misfortune. The Bible, with its global influence and timeless narratives, has been instrumental in shaping our perceptions. The number 13's journey through the sacred text leaves an indelible mark. The Bible's influence cemented 13's ominous associations. Even in our modern world, the number 13 hasn't shaken off its bad luck charm. In the hustle and bustle of the 21st century, with its neon lights and endless technological marvels, one might assume that old superstitions would fade into the background. But the number 13 continues to cast a long, ominous shadow over our collective consciousness. It's like an old ghost, refusing to be exorcised by the light of logic and reason. Take a look at the towering skyscrapers that puncture the skyline. You'll find that many of them lack a 13th floor. It's as if by skipping from 12 to 14, they aim to sidestep misfortune. It's like carrying an umbrella on a sunny day. just in case the heavens decide to open up and rain down bad luck. And it's not just in architecture where we attempt to dodge this digital specter. Air travel, too, is not immune. Some airlines, out of respect for passengers' fears, don't have a row 13. It's as if they're trying to steer clear of turbulence that might be stirred up by this numerological oddity. Even in the realm of sports, where skill and strategy reign supreme, the number 13 is often sidelined. Many professional athletes avoid wearing the number 13, as if it might trip them up on the field or court. It's like an athlete tying his shoelaces in a specific way before a big game, hoping to keep the shadow of defeat at bay. And let's not forget the infamous Friday the 13th. This day is marked on calendars with a sense of unease, a day when people might tread a little more carefully, as though walking on a tightrope above a sea of bad luck. These modern-day superstitions are fascinating, aren't they? We've sent humans to space, we've mapped the human genome, and yet, the number 13 still sends shivers down our spines. It's a testament to the enduring power of superstition and the human mind's capacity for fear and fascination. Despite our technological advances, the fear of the number 13 persists. The fear of 13 is so prevalent it has a clinical name, Triskaidekaphobia. This term, born from the Greek words tris, meaning three, kai, meaning and, deka, meaning 10, and phobia, meaning fear, encapsulates the irrational dread of the number 13. Imagine the power this fear holds, dictating life choices and everyday decisions. There are individuals who would rather climb 20 flights of stairs than step into an elevator marked with a 13th floor. Some airlines and hotels, in an attempt to placate this fear, often skip the number 13 entirely, jumping from 12 to 14. The impact of Triskaidekaphobia is not just psychological, but tangibly real, influencing architectural and business decisions. The number 13, an ordinary digit, transforms into a specter casting long shadows on the human psyche. This fear, irrational as it may seem, is a testament to the power of belief and the hold superstitions can have over society. Our minds can make us a prisoner to the number 13. But is the number 13 always a bearer of bad news? Let's shift our gaze from the shadows of superstition and take a walk on the sunnier side of the street. You see, not all cultures shroud the number 13 in dread. In fact, in some parts of the world, it's considered quite fortunate. Take Italy, for example. Italians have a saying, fare 13, which translates to do 13. It's a phrase uttered in moments of anticipation, akin to saying, hit the jackpot, in English. And why not? In the Italian lottery, 13 is the luckiest draw, a number that can turn rags to riches in the blink of an eye. Or let's travel further east, to Asia. In China and Thailand, 13 is considered a lucky number because of its phonetic similarity to words that mean sure to live or definitely vibrant. But perhaps the most compelling story comes from the heart of Mexico. Picture a small fishing village where life is as calm as the sea on a windless day. One morning, a fisherman named Jose sets out in his boat like any other day. But this day was different. It was his 13th birthday. With a smile on his face and hope in his heart, he casts his net into the sea, hoping for a good catch. Hours later, he pulls in his net, and to his surprise, he finds 13 large gleaming fish, each one bigger than the last. This catch not only fed his family, but also earned him enough money to provide for his village. And since that day, the number 13 has been considered a charm of prosperity and fortune in his village. So, you see, the number 13 isn't universally feared or considered unlucky. Like a coin with two sides, it has its share of good and bad, luck and misfortune, depending on which side of the world you're on. Perhaps the number 13 isn't as unlucky as we've been led to believe. So, is the number 13 a harbinger of misfortune or a misunderstood digit? We've journeyed from the ancient corridors of history, where the roots of this superstition lay, all the way to our present-day fears and associations. We've examined the psychological impact of Triskaidekaphobia and questioned whether there's any luck to be found in the number 13. The enigma of this digit continues to bewitch us, shaping our beliefs and behaviors in intriguing ways. Whether you avoid or embrace it, the number 13 continues to captivate our collective imagination.